Brett Allen here, chatting with Noah Wiley, a sentence I didn't ever imagine I would be saying. We are chatting about Leverage Redemption, which will be streaming here on Amazon Freevee. And Noah, thank you so much for your time. It's a true pleasure to chat with you today.
Thank you, Brett. It's great to be here with you.
Yes. Well, let's dive right in here. We have another season, a sort of a retelling. I don't know if reboot would be the correct word. I'm not a huge fan of that, but same characters, new storylines. How exciting is it to have this out and for people to be able to watch and stream this here quite soon?
It was extremely gratifying to go back and do a second season. Extremely gratifying for many reasons, mostly because I'm a new character on the show. So the fact that I made the cut and the original audiences bought me in the ensemble was really cool. And that they brought so many new eyeballs to watch the show was even more cool. And I love that we got to go back this year. And we were more relaxed. I think that the storylines, because you're not starting from scratch, you don't have to dedicate so much exposition to explaining who everybody is. We can sort of build on that momentum now, and the storylines are a lot more fun because of it.
Yeah, I think that's exciting. And to hear you say, that you're as equally as excited as an actor and storyteller to be brought back into the fold, it really is interesting because it sort of gives a testament to how much power, obviously the fans have to a degree to sort of say, hey, we really want this individual, this actor to come back. So obviously we're not talking spoilers here, but what can fans expect from you and your character and sort of the storylines this time around as we make it into another season of this great show?
When we last left our hero, he was leaving the Leverage crew to go hang out a shingle and do pro bono legal work for the needy and downtrodden. And he was going to rekindle his relationship with his teenage daughter, and he was going to walk the redemptive road, all of which he did. But man, he missed the costumes and the accents, and he missed the excitement, and he missed the being on the case. And I think he missed the intimacy with this group. And when he's called on for some legal advice early in the season, he jumps back onto the team. But it's really Sophie Devereaux expressing a rare vulnerability and asking him to be a kind of objective eye and ear on her that I think makes the difference in him wanting to come back. That relationship is a really significant one. And this season has a lot to do with taking her character, who's been a bit of an enigma all this time, and peeling that onion and digging in a little bit to the backstory that's been so shrouded in mystery. And Harry provides a really lovely sort of sounding board and mirror at various stages along that journey.
Yes, having seen the first couple episodes, that's a great description. I think far better than I could have done. But it's just so much fun. It's always a pleasure, and I do mean this, to watch you on the screen, whether it's big screen television. You've been a part of so many iconic series. I'm very interested to know, what do you look for in a project when you are approached? Because I'm certain, again, going from all the way back from ER to the librarians to this to that, is there something, not necessarily a checklist, but really, or maybe there is, that you go, hey, this is something that's important to me as an actor, especially at this stage of your career and the longevity that it's had?
Definitely. Definitely. And the list changes the older I get. In the beginning, you want to be challenged by certain things. And as you get older, you want to be challenged by different things. I find the thing I look for most is a character that has an arc, that has a real sort of swings, to show a growth and a maturation in some regard. So that's fun for me to play. I've become a lot more of a process junkie than I used to be. And so I look for what the experience is going to be like. Who am I going to be working with? Where are we going to be working? What type of work will it be? More than I ask the questions, where is it going to air? How much am I going to get paid? Like, all those questions are less interesting to me than what am I going to dedicate my time to and be away from my family and all that kind of stuff for. So I'm a little choosier in that regard. but I look for something that scares me a little bit. I look for the thing that when I read it the first time, I don't want to do it. And then I really like to ask myself why that is and what the lesson is to learn there, why I'm afraid of it. And that's usually a good indicator that it's a good role for me to tackle both professionally, but also personally. And I love to find that resonance on both those levels because that's what it's all about.
Yeah, and I like that too because I imagine, as you said, when you get to a certain place, some things probably become more important than others because of the work that you've done. So, a fan question: I think people would like to know if John Carter still existed and was around and in the ER, where would he be at today? Would he be running the hospital at this point? Because that show lasted for so long and set the standard for medical and procedural dramas that everybody else, I feel, has taken a piece from today. Obviously your show having the longevity then and that sort of thing.
I still think he exists. uh, yeah, I still think he's out there. It'd be fun to see him again one day.
Yeah, I think people would love to. So, one last question: if you had to wrap up Leverage and describe your character in 2 or 3 words and what people can expect from him in particular, can you do that? And what would that be?
He's a dirty lawyer who's looking to do good, but he's basically kind of a Labrador puppy at heart. You know,
I love it.
he's a pleaser and a fixer, and that comes from a need that's deep enough that it motivates the character to constantly try to outdo himself. And sometimes that's really dramatic, and sometimes it's heroic, but mostly it's comedic. And I think you'll get a big kick out of him.
Yes. Well, everybody, please be sure to watch Leverage Redemption here on Amazon Freevee. Noah and the rest of the cast, you just do such a great job. And it's been a pleasure and fun chatting with you. I appreciate your time and your graciousness.
Thank you, Brett. My pleasure. Thanks for chatting.
Absolutely. Thank you, Noah.